Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
And in case I don't see you, good night. Yeah, we've all seen The Truman Show as well, CC. And we all know that you and many other very special flat earth believers think it's a documentary. Well, it isn't. Anyway, we join CC in his car again, which means his wife is sick of... Hang on a second, she'll explain it better than I ever could. That clip literally never gets old. Please subscribe.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Reality here.
Reality here who?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm not a comedian per se, but even I and every child on the planet knows that that is not how knock-knock jokes work. Look, knock-knock.
Who's there?
Spell.
Spell who?
Okay, fine. WHO.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out something to everybody out there who believes in a globe or a spinning wet ball or whatever it is you think you live on.
Think we live on? Dare I ask why you say think? I mean, we can all see that thinking isn't your biggest strength, but why do you think that we only think we live on a globe? I mean, it's not as if we have known for literally thousands of years that the Earth is a globe, I think.
Because it's not true, but anyway.
But anyway, nothing. How can something that we can demonstrate to be true so easily not be real? I mean, come on, Cece, think about it. You know your mates Bob Knobcheese and Jerringism? Well, they both perfectly demonstrated that the Earth is a globe. And they're flat earthers like you. So if you don't believe your own people, what chance do people like me have? You know, people who aren't your people. Bob showed us... I'll just show you the clip.
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
And that's only possible because we live on a globe. Doesn't matter that Jism showed us Earth's curvature as well. Admittedly, they both did it by accident while desperately trying to demonstrate that the Earth isn't a globe. But sadly for them and every other flat Earth douche nozzle, we all know that you're a few clowns short of a circus, CC. Which is completely ironic, seeing as cancel that, seeing as all your peers are clowns. But Bob and Jism are actual flat Earth scientists. Or so they seem to think.
Let's just look at something real quick, and hopefully you'll be able to follow me on this. I know it gets difficult. It really does for some people.
Well, you're not wrong there, Cece. It gets very difficult to follow yours or any other's flat earthers' logic because you don't have any.
Obviously it is, because nobody sees this. And it's dumbfounding that nobody sees this at all.
It's dumbfounding to you that nobody can see something that isn't able to be seen because it's all just made up in the sweet, innocent minds of flat earthers. Oh no, hang on a second, that's the sweet, innocent minds of kids, isn't it? They're the ones that have sweet, innocent minds. All flat earthers have is a big pile of mashed potatoes where their brains should be. I mean, how else are we meant to explain the complete tosh that comes out of your sound hole?
Quick question for you. Today we had 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. That's right, here in New York. 5 to 10 mile per hour winds.
Well, that sounds completely terrifying. Do you need me to call anyone, Cece? Have you been out and got extra supplies? How will you possibly survive? At the very least, I'm worried about your hair. How will you manage to keep it so perfectly groomed in such horrific conditions? Sorry, I went off on a concerned dad rant then. But what I actually want to know is what these violent weather conditions were caused by. Was it the uneven heating of Earth's surface and the Earth's rotation? Because everybody knows that the wind is the great equalizer of the atmosphere, transporting heat, moisture, pollutants, and dust great distances around the globe.
A light breeze, a beautiful day. When they say partly cloudy, that just look at it as chemtrailing.
Whoa, easy, Tiger. I thought we were talking about winds and the differences in atmospheric pressure that generate winds. What in the name of Njord have chemtrails got to do with anything, apart from not being real, like Njord, the Norse god of wind? I mean, I know you generally like to bob all over the place like a cork in a bathtub, but can we stay on topic, please?
I've been listening to some of my friends' videos, and I heard one of them, they were just killing them over there. It was just one line after another line after another line. Checkers, chess, whatever you want to look at it as. but they're spraying up there.
What do you mean, why? Because Muppets like you refuse to accept that those trails are nothing more than a trail of water vapour coming out of an aircraft's engine. Anyway, this isn't a chemtrail video. We're talking about wind. Excuse me.
5 to 10 mile per hour winds today. Now, it's funny because I was told that I'm living on a spinning wet ball that's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. You see, now the funny thing about it is that there isn't, wind wouldn't be possible on a spinning wet ball. It just wouldn't be possible.
Wait, just a second. Are we doing that opposite game again? We must be, because it's actually the exact opposite of what you just said. The fact that the Earth is an oblate spheroid is one of the contributing factors to what causes wind. Our planet's rotation produces a force on all bodies moving relative to the Earth. And due to Earth's approximately spherical shape, this force is the greatest at the poles and least at the equator. The force, called the Coriolis Effect, which I know flat earthers hate, causes the direction of winds and ocean currents to be deflected. Now, in physics, the Coriolis Force is an inertial force that acts on objects in motion within a frame of reference that rotates with respect to an inertial frame. In a reference frame with clockwise rotation, the force acts to the left of the motion of the object. So how do you explain that on a flat earth? Or do you just do what you always do when you can't make something work on a flat earth and claim it's fake?
It would have to be going 1,010 miles per hour.
And it is. We can measure that. And by we, I mean Bob, because as we all know, he did. But miles per hour isn't really the best way to describe the motion of the Earth. It's a rotation, not really a spin anyway. And the Earth rotates once in 24 hours. Because when something is really, really big, it takes a while to do things. And having a quiff that size, I thought you'd have had an appreciation for big things, CC. The problem with flat earthers, as if there's only one, is that they seem completely incapable of understanding scale. Some stuff is big, like your quiff, and other things are small, like my penis. I mean, but remember to edit that out. Embarrassing. Yeah, the Earth is moving at 1,010 miles per hour, or
15 degree per hour.
Thanks, Bob. But it's also massive, like my penis. Nailed it.
Do you know how fast 1,000 miles per hour is?
Do you? I don't. I've never travelled at 1,000 miles per hour. Not many people have, so it's difficult to comprehend that sort of speed. I have, however, travelled on an aeroplane at around 500 miles per hour, and it was weird. It was almost as if, like when I'm stood on the ground here on Earth, I'm moving at the same velocity as Earth. And when I was last on an aeroplane, I didn't feel any movement up there either, because I was moving at the same velocity as the plane.
I think the fastest car we have out there, it's got a freaking rocket on it, and it only does like 700 miles per hour on the Salt Basin out there in Nevada.
Oh, poor guy. He really doesn't understand anything, does he? You can't compare a car to a planet, can you? None of the cars I've driven have ever been almost spherical in shape or tilted on an axis. So to compare the two would be like comparing apples and oranges. They aren't the same thing, and therefore any comparison you make is just void, just like the space inside your head where your brain is meant to be.
I mean, it's just such a joke. Just one after another. There's a million proofs, So everybody's complaining that they live on a spinning wet ball and they come to my channel and they leave stupid comments that mean nothing. They're just garbage.
Why bring them up then? And apart from flat earthers, I have never heard anyone complain about the shape of the Earth. And I make videos about Karens as well. They complain about everything. And why exactly are the comments you refer to stupid? Is it because people take time out of their day to try and help you and that makes them stupid? Or is it because you don't understand them and that makes them stupid? Or is it because they spoil your fun? And if they genuinely mean nothing to you, then you may want to consider trying to read some actual information that explains this sort of thing. It's so easy to find. It's all over the interwebs and it's free. But I am kind of curious what some of these comments are though. See, look at this guy. He just wants to educate you, CC. He's trying to help you. I wouldn't call that a stupid comment. It's actually pretty helpful. And this one as well. While it isn't educational in its structure, it's certainly very accurate. And as for this one, well, All I have to say about that is if somebody whose name suggests that they believe in paranormal woo, you know, ghosts and life after death and all that good stuff, but if they think you've lost the plot, then I'm afraid to say, CC, they may be onto something.
Well, I have something for you. David Weiss, yeah, that's right, David Weiss. You know him? He owns a channel. He also owns an app too. Okay.
Yeah, we know David Weiss. He's also an idiot. A channel and an app, you say? Well, we are all incredibly impressed, CC. But where exactly are you going with this? And I don't mean because you're traveling in your car while you record a YouTube video. Very safely, obviously.
He has 3 Bitcoins, which now I think is worth over $200,000, to prove to him that we live on a spinning wet ball.
I must remember to email a link over to David. I could do with $200,000. Be better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
That bet's now been going on for several months, and nobody's come out, and nobody's questioned it, and nobody has given me any proofs, or him any proofs, or any of us in the flat earth.
Well, all I can think is that's probably because most of us stupid globies realise that even a very important flat earther like David Weiss will just refuse to accept anything he's presented with. And I seriously doubt he's got 200 grand knocking about anyway. Although it's got to be worth a go, I suppose. I guess I could basically send him any of the videos I've made about flat earthers. They all have information in them which demonstrates that we live on a globe, and I'm sure that he is as honest as the day is long, so yeah.
Saying, oh, well, the bet for proving to us that we live on a planet, it's bullshit. Is $1 million, whatever. That's fucking great. But you should be able to prove to us, since we're so stupid, that we live on a spinning wet ball. It should be simple for you.
It is. Even I've done it many, many times. The problem is that whatever we do provide by way of globe proofs, you either don't understand, which makes it fake, or you can see that we've got you over the barrel, which makes it fake, or you just claim that it's CGI, which makes it fake.
To collect $200,000. Everybody raise your hand who would like to have $200,000, okay? I'm sure all of you guys, because you all create these fake subs and make your channels look so fucking big, and when they're, meanwhile, you go to one of their chats and there's like 100 people in them. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, guys.
Oh, poor baby again. A flat earther's butt hurt because people like me that don't buy into their bull have more subscribers than they do. So in true schoolyard argument style, you have no other option than to claim that our subscribers are fake as well. Imagine how funny it would be if literally thousands of you went over to CC's channel and left a comment saying, I subscribe to the Creaky Blinder and he didn't pay me to. Not that I'm suggesting you do that. That would be childish and silly.
Come on, man. I mean, it's all bullshit. I haven't purchased anything at all. I've done absolutely nothing with my channel. It's just grown naturally, and now it's been stunted, just like all flat earthers.
So YouTube, the company that unfortunately we are all at the mercy of if we want to make money publishing content to their platform, have made a decision that they don't want people filling other people's homepages with misinformation, and that is somehow a contributing factor to the earth being flat, because a big company picking on the little guy, which I know they do in a lot of cases, but using that as a crutch to explain why flat earth channels don't get many subscribers is pretty pathetic, even by flat earther standards. Look at the comments on your own videos, Chris. 90% of the people that are commenting are just there to laugh at you, mate. And you don't need to be subscribed to a joke of a channel to be able to go over and laugh at it, do you?
You know, the only way flat earthers will get more subs is if other flat earthers take their videos and they start publishing them on their channel that are bigger. That's the only way you're going to get any subs.
Wow. You really are stupid, aren't you? Now, I'm no YouTube guru, but I really don't think having your content published on other channels is going to help you, CC. People will just watch it there, realize it's nonsense, and never come to your channel. I mean, they could come over to your channel to laugh at some more of your videos, but they aren't going to subscribe. Now, you all know that I'm Mr. Helpy Helpington, so allow me to try and help. Try collaborating with other flat earthers. That really helped me. not collaborating with flat earthers. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap. T-shirts still in the merch store, by the way. But I mean working with people like Simon Dan and Sir Sick and the others that I've collaborated with. That's what helped my channel grow, with real subscribers. And I know that's tricky for flat earthers, seeing as none of you actually seem to like each other or can agree on the same theory. But imagine how much your channels would grow if you could all just agree and say the same fake argument.
That's it. We've been suppressed. Okay, I got some bad news for you. So if you're just getting into flat Earth right now and you're expecting to get a lot of subs, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. Well, unless if there's a thing that you prove, though. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. You know, I'm just giving you what a flat Earth channel. That was what my channel was all about, to show you what a real flat Earth channel, how the subs grow. They don't.
Exactly, so why bother anyway? Now look, I feel like you've gone off on a tangent. Can we get back to the wind, please?
Anyway, that was what I wanted to say. So that's how fast the wind should be traveling, and that holds true for everything that goes airborne up there. There is 1,000 miles per hour up there of revolution, of revolving.
Whoa. Did you mean to say that, NCC? You do realize that you just said that there is revolution and revolving up there, which means that you do know that the Earth is a globe, because you always say...
You're living on a flat stationary plane here.
But we aren't, are we? And not you or any other flat Earth moron has been or will ever be able to prove something that just isn't based in reality. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you, bye.
That's all, folks.
All right, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.